In this episode of Political Woman, as promised, we're going to focus on another one of Donald Trump's criminal cases. And this one is important because it is going to be the first, we think, criminal case that goes to trial. We're going to focus on New York, the New York case. This is the election interference case, also called hush money to a porn star case. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office on Monday asked the judge to impose a gag order on former President Donald Trump ahead of his upcoming trial on charges of falsifying business records related to a 2016 hush money payment to a porn star. Prosecutors want Trump barred from making public statements about witnesses, jurors, trial prosecutors, members of the court staff, and any relatives of lawyers and court staff involved in the case. So let's go into a couple of the threats that Alvin Bragg uses in his document. Here's one sentence in the document that's important. Defendant has a long history of publicly attacking individuals involved in legal proceedings against him, including witnesses, jurors, judges, and prosecutors. And those attacks are often followed by harassment, intimidation, and threats. Before he was indicted in the case, defendant began making a series of comments on social media, attacking the anticipated charges against him, making personal attacks against participants in the investigation and prosecution, including witnesses, the district attorney, the staff of the district attorney's office. So here are some examples of some of Trump's posts, and I screen grabbed this. Quote, "The far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday of next week. Protest. Take our nation back." That's unquote. That's from Donald Trump. It's all in caps. This is another quote from his posts. Quote, "It's time. We just can't allow this anymore. They're killing our nation as we sit back and watch. We must save America. Protest, 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 exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point," unquote. Here's another quote. "Remember, the same animals and thugs that would do this to perhaps 200 million people, but actually all Americans, are the communist, Marxist rhinos and losers that are purposefully destroying our country," unquote. Those are some examples listed in the document. And then there's this one from Donald Trump attacking Jack Smith. Quote, "Biden's flunky, deranged Jack Smith should go to hell. He is helping his corrupt and incompetent president to destroy America through weaponization and election interference. Smith is a crooked prosecutor who shouldn't be allowed to be in the position he is in." Unquote. I'm not going to read anymore because it really kind of makes me sick to the stomach to read this. And I know you don't want that. Then the document that requests a gag order gives some examples of some of Trump's minions, people who like him, similar to the people who marched on the Capitol and pooped on the Capitol floor, those scumbags. One of those minions started attacking Alvin Bragg and sending him death threats. Quote, "Alvin Bragg, heading to New York to fill my dream of eradicating," misspelled, "another George Soros, but political hack DA," and it's misspelled. "I'll be waiting in the courthouse parking garage with my suppressed Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm to smoke a radical full prosecutor who never should have been elected. I want to stand over Bragg, put a nice hole in his forehead with my 9mm, watch him twitch as a drop of blood oozes from the hole, as his life ebbs away to hell, and then in all caps, bye-bye to another corrupt bastard," exclamation point. And I don't want to read anymore, but there's a whole bunch of them that are just like one-liners. March 19th, "Leave Trump alone or Bragg will get assassinated." March 19th, "Just shoot Bragg in the head and he stops being a problem." March 21st, "If you lay a hand on President Trump or his family, friends, supporters, or myself or my family, instant death." March 22nd, just want to say I can't wait to watch you swing from a rope in your military tribunal. And then there's some real nasty cussing. All right, that kind of brings us up to date on what happened yesterday, Monday. Here's the timeline. And the timeline is just basically to catch all y'all up, how this started, where it began. January 2018, the Wall Street Journal writes that Trump arranged a $130,000 payment to porn star Stormy Daniels in October 2016 to prevent her from discussing a sexual encounter she had with Donald Trump in 2006. Trump has consistently denied having an affair with Daniels, whose real name is Stephanie Clifford. And I've heard her on podcasts and at other places, and she's fine with her name, Stormy Daniels. So when I heard that, I just said, why use her real name if she prefers Stormy? All right, February 2018, Michael Cohen, a former private lawyer and fixer for Donald Trump, says he paid Daniels using his own money and was not directed by Trump's company or campaign to make the payment. He said Trump never reimbursed him for the payment. Now, Cohen would later contradict both those statements under oath, stating Trump did in fact direct him to make the payments and reimbursed him. So when they call Michael Cohen a liar and all of this stuff, this is kind of one of the reasons. It's not the main reason, as he explains in his podcast, Mea Culpa. And I like him. I like listening to him. He's great. February 2018, the New Yorker magazine reports that Trump had an affair with Playboy model Karen McDougal from 2006 to 2007. The magazine said American Media Inc., publisher of National Enquirer tabloid, paid McDougal $150,000 shortly after Trump became the Republican nominee for president in 2016 for exclusive rights to her story. That was the reason that they used for paying her the money. But they never published the story. And clearly, they did it as a favor to Donald Trump. April 2018, Trump, when asked by reporters if he knew about the payments to Daniels, responded, no. Asked why Cohen made the payment, Trump said, you'll have to ask Michael Cohen. Yeah, see, he throws Michael Cohen right under the bus as fast as possible. May 2018, in an ethics disclosure, Trump acknowledges reimbursing Cohen for $130,000 paid to Daniels. July 2018, Rudy Giuliani, one of Trump's personal lawyers at the time, says Cohen recorded a conversation with Trump 2 months before the 2016 election in which the two discussed a potential payment to McDougal. Trump denies wrongdoing and calls Cohen's tape perhaps illegal. August 2018, Cohen pleads guilty to criminal charges in Manhattan federal court, including campaign finance violations over the hush money payments. He testified that Trump directed him to make the payments for the principal purpose of influencing the election. In their indictment of Cohen, prosecutors say a candidate for federal office, referred to as Individual 1, arranged the payments. Trump was not charged with the crime. Jeffrey Berman, the top federal prosecutor in Manhattan at the time, later confirmed that Trump was Individual 1. December 2018, Trump on Twitter calls the hush money payments a simple private transaction. He always gets himself in trouble. In an interview with Reuters, he says the payment to Daniels wasn't a campaign contribution and there's no violation based on what we did. I mean, just giving money to people. August 2019, Cyrus Vance, the Manhattan District Attorney at the time, issues a subpoena to the Trump Organization, Trump's family real estate company, for records of hush money payments. July 2021. So we've jumped now from August 2019 to July 2021. Vance's office indicts the Trump Organization and its top financial executive on tax fraud charges. Trump himself is not charged with a crime, and the indictment contains no reference to hush money payments. February 2022, two top prosecutors leading the probe into Trump's business practices resign. One of the prosecutors, Mark Pomerantz, later said his resignation came after Alvin Bragg, who replaced Vance as district attorney, indicated to him that he had doubts about pursuing a case against Trump. Bragg's office, meantime, says the investigation is ongoing. Apparently it was. December 2022, the Trump Organization is found guilty of tax fraud in a New York state court in Manhattan. January 2023, Alvin Bragg's office begins presenting evidence about Trump's alleged role in the 2016 hush money payments to a grand jury. March 2023, Manhattan prosecutors invite Trump to testify before the grand jury, which legal experts say is a sign. It's a sign. An indictment could soon come. Michael Cohen, testifies before the grand jury as well. March 18th, 2023, Trump says on his social media platform that he expects to be arrested on Tuesday and calls on his supporters to protest. A spokesperson for Trump, meanwhile, said the former president had not been notified of any arrest. Oh, my God. March 23rd, 2023, District Attorney Alvin Bragg's office says Trump created a false expectation that he would be arrested. Bragg also at this time, I remember this very well, wrote a letter to Republican congressmen. Those congressmen had been seeking communications and documents about this whole case. And Bragg told them, you're interfering with an ongoing investigation for the state of New York. Get out. Get out of here. Leave us alone. March 24th, Trump warns of potential death and destruction if he is charged with a crime. March 30th, 2023, Trump is indicted. Trump was indicted on March 30th, 2023 by a New York County grand jury, and he's charged with 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. The next date on the timeline, March 25th, 2024. That's when the trial is scheduled to begin. That's a wrap on this case. I'll be posting more. I'll post as news breaks on TikTok and YouTube, so watch for me there. Follow me there. I'm Gloria Moraga, political woman. Please subscribe and be safe. Especially be safe. After I read all of this nastiness that the prosecutors get, it's like, yeah, okay, be safe. Love you.